Hello students, hope you all are doing great. So let's continue with the fractions. Today we are going to learn about conversion of improper fractions to mixed fractions and mixed fractions to improper fractions. So let's begin. As discussed earlier, we can convert mixed fractions to improper and improper to mixed without changing their values. Let's check out an example. Say if we need to convert 12 over 5 to mixed fractions. Now there are different ways to convert these fractions or understanding the conversion of these fractions. In this first method, we need to write 12 as addition of 1 12 times. Like that. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So we have to write down all these 12 times. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now since the denominator is 5, so we have to convert all these into group of 5. So let's make a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The one group. Same thing we have to do with another group if we can. If we can make a group. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Now after that, if we can see, we just have 2 ones left. So we cannot make a group of 5. Now let's split all these groups. So we can write that 5 over 5 for this one. Then again 5 over 5. And then for this one, it would be a 2 over 5. And we know that 5 over 5 is 1. So we can write that as 1. Same way for this 5 over 5, 1. And then 2/5, we have to keep it same. Now, 1 plus 1, as we know, we can just add the whole numbers together. So 2 plus 2/5. And that can finally be written as 2 and 2/5. Now this method is more appropriate if we have numerator not that much bigger, because if you have the bigger numbers in the numerator, so we have to write down 1 that number of times, which is a little bit, the time. Now this method works or appropriate if we have smaller values in the numerator. As in the bigger number, it will take a long to write 1 so many number of times. So let's try the next method. In the next method, we need to keep on subtracting denominator from numerator till we get numerator less than denominator. Let's take the same example and let's see how it works. So as I mentioned that we have to keep on subtracting denominator from the numerator. So we need to do 12 minus 5. That's equals to 7. And we know 7 is still greater than 5. So we can subtract one more time. And we get 2. Now we can't subtract it anymore since your numerator, the remaining number in the numerator, you can say, is smaller than the denominator. So whatever the number of times you subtract your denominator, which is 5 here, that would be our whole part. Like here, we have subtracted 2 times. So 1 and then 2. So our whole part would be 2. And of course, since we are remained with 2, so that comes out to be 2/5. So students, if you are familiar with division using repeated subtraction, this method is pretty much similar to that. Now let's try another example. So let's convert 25 over 8 to mixed fractions. So first we subtract 8 from 25 as we have done in the previous problem. And we get 17. Now we know since 17 is still greater than 8, so we can do it again. We can subtract 8 another time and we get 9. And finally we can do one more time because 9 is still greater than 8. So 9 minus 8 is 1. And we can't subtract it anymore. So we have subtracted 8 3 times. So that means our whole part would be 3. And then we have left with this 1. So our fractional number would be 1/8. So our final fraction or the mixed fraction would be 3 and 1/8. Now let's understand the last method. So if you guys are familiar with division of numbers, so you find this method more easier and shorter. I'm taking the same example, 12 over 5. So 12 would be your dividend. So let's divide it by 5, which would be your divisor. So 5 times what goes into 12 is 2. And then it goes 10 times into 12. So the remainder is 2. Now to write the mixed fraction, the format of writing the mixed fraction when we follow the division method is quotient remainder over divisor. That means your quotient is your whole part, remainder is your numerator of the fractional part, and divisor is your denominator. So according to this one, let's write that. So this is your quotient, this is your remainder, and this is your divisor. So that would be a 2 and 2/5. We can try the same example, 25 over 8, using the regular division method. So let's do the same thing. 25 divided by 8. So we know that 8 goes into 25 3 times, and that is 24. And then your remainder would be 1. So now this is your quotient, this is your remainder, and this is your divisor. So as we know that writing of the mixed fraction is in the form Q and R over D, so that is 3 and 1/8. Now next part is how to convert mixed fractions to improper. Now mixed fractions are written in the form as whole, numerator and denominator. So this is kind of the basic way of writing mixed fractions. So to write down that in improper or to convert that into improper, always remember either you are converting mixed to improper or improper to mixed, your denominator always stays the same. So this would be your denominator, of course. And then to find the top number of the improper form, what we do, we multiply the whole number or the whole part by denominator and then add it to the numerator. So this would be your numerator of improper fraction. Now let's try an example. Say 3 and 2/7. So as I've mentioned earlier, your denominator always stays the same. So this would be 7. And to get the numerator, now what we do, we multiply 3 times 7 and then add it to the numerator, which is 2 here. So 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2, and that gives us 23 over 7. So this is our improper fraction form of 3 and 2/7. If you want to try 1 or 2 examples to understand it more better. So let's see. Say if we need to convert 1 and 8/9 to, of course, improper fraction. So what we do, again, according to the given format, is like 1 times 9 plus 8 over 9. As I've said before, that denominator always stays the same. So you multiply your whole part by the denominator and then add it to the numerator. So this will give us 1 times 9 is 9 plus 8. So 9 plus 8 is 17. So our improper form is 17 over 9. Let's do one more example together. So 3 and 6/13. Again, keep the denominator same. Multiply whole part by denominator, that is 3 times 13, and add it to the numerator, which is 6. So 3 times 13 is 39 plus 6 over 13, and 39 plus 6 is 45. So our improper form is 45 over 13. Let's quickly verify 45 over 13 by converting back to mixed form. So again using the same method. So here I'm using the division method. Now we know that 13 times 3 goes into 45 as 39, and after subtracting we get 6. So quotient, remainder and divisor. So our quotient here is 3, remainder is 6, and the divisor is 13, and which is same as the given mixed form. So I hope you understand all these conversions. In our next video, we will learn simplification of fractions and many more. Do like and share this video, and for more math videos, do not forget to subscribe to my channel.